Today is going to be a super fun video, but before we dive into that video, I just gotta give a huge shout out to Rachel over at bagsunlimited.com. She sent over all the product that I'm gonna be showcasing in today's video. So Rachel, thank you so much for making this video possible. All right guys, let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and dive into today's video. What is going on, comic book fans? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the first video in a series of videos where we're going to be taking a look at different bags and boards from different manufacturers. Now, I started this video series back in February. That's right. February of 2024, I reached out to a bunch of different companies that sell bags and boards and requested that they send me product that I can show off and review on the channel. Now, only 3 companies did end up sending me products, and now I've had a lot of this product since late February, and I apologize to all you guys that it's taken me this long to start recording the first video. Now, I promised I'm going to get these videos out hopefully in a much more timely manner moving forward, but the first bags and boards that we're going to take a look at are from bagsunlimited.com. Now, they sent me 2 different kinds of bags, both for modern comics, but they're made out of different plastics. Now, if you guys did not know, there are 3 types of plastics that bags are made out of for comic books, and I did not know that until I started doing research for this video. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and go over this so that way you guys have the information as well before we start taking a look at the actual bags themselves. So first up, the most popular one is polypropylene bags. This is a very clear plastic, which makes it great for visibility. This also makes it not as good as protecting against the sun, but is mostly used for showcasing your comics. This is mainly the main plastic that most bags are made out of. Now, there's also polyethylene bags. It's strong, it's flexible, it's not as clear, but it does give you some UV protection against the sun. This also has a low static discharge and is resistant against dirt and dust. Now, the final plastic is Mylar. Mylar is basically the best type of plastic that you can use to store your comics in, especially right out of the gate and long term. It's clear, it's UV protective, it resists diffusion of gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide, it's resistant against mildew, moisture, acids, oils. It's basically the best, but it's also the most expensive. So that's why a lot of people only use it for their high value comic books, because it is the most expensive. Now that you guys have this information, let's go ahead and check out the first type of bags that I got from Rachel over at Bags Unlimited, which are the polypropylene ones. Alright guys, so the first bags that we're going to take a look at, like I said, are these ones right here. These are the crystal clear resealable polypropylene bags. They cost $10.95 for a pack of 100. They are 1.5 millimeter thick polypropylene, and let me go ahead and read the little description that Bags Unlimited has. Polypropylene is a crystal clear, high sheen, crisp material. Now, I want you guys to remember that word crisp, because these bags are seriously crispy. Now, we use bio-oriented polypro, which means that when the material is made, it is stretched in both directions so that in time it will not pucker. It has excellent contact clarity and has use for long-term storage. Now, in my research, I did find that polypropylene bags are not used as much for long-term storage as polyethylene bags, but from what Bags Unlimited is saying, that you can use these for long-term storage. But guys, I gotta tell you, these bags are seriously crispy. They are crystal freaking clear. This is like some of the clearest material. I have a control bag, which is my bag from BCW. I'll be doing some close-ups and showing you guys these slight differences. It is super slight, but these bags are more clear than the BCW ones. I will say the BCW bags are 2 millimeter thick, and these ones are the crystal clear 1.5, so they are slightly thinner, but they also just feel a little better. They almost have a Mylar feel, and they almost have a Mylar sound to them, which is super interesting. They are crystal clear. Again, I'm gonna be showing some B-roll to you guys of a comic in the BCW bag, and also the crystal clear Bags Unlimited bag. And I gotta tell you, I really like how the Bags Unlimited bag ends up folding over on your comic. It just folds over clearer, I guess, cleaner, and I just like this a little bit more than the BCW bag. Now, this bag right here is a little bit more expensive. The BCW current modern bags are only $7.49, so you're paying about a $3 premium to get these, but I think it's actually worth it. It's clearer, it has a almost Mylar feel to it, and it's just, I don't know, a better product in my opinion over the BCW bag. Yeah, and it's just, the way the bag folds over is just super cool to me. It's weird that I'm saying it's super cool, but it is. Like I said, I'm gonna show some B-roll of the fold over of the BCW bag, like just the plastic folding over and like sealing, to the Bags Unlimited one. It just has a different look to it, and it just seems more high quality of a product compared to the BCW bag. But that's really the main differences between the BCW. It's just that 0.5 millimeter thick, and it's just a little bit more clear than the BCW, but they're both made out of polypropylene. All right, guys, so that is the crystal clear polypropylene bags. They're absolutely fantastic. They're a great product. Again, I hope I was able to show you guys the differences. The clarity is just a little bit. It really is just a little bit more clear, but that does make a difference. All right, guys, so we take a look at the polypropylene. Let's go ahead and check out the polyethylene bags. Now let's go ahead and take a look at these polyethylene bags. And I think the first thing that you guys will notice is how they are packed. They're packed completely different than your normal bags that you receive from BCW, even Bags Unlimited. They come like this, in like the short, folded over way, and I'm not 100% sure why they end up packaging these polyethylene bags not like their polypropylene bags. I gotta email Rachel and maybe I can get an answer from her, and I'll like insert that right here why they pack these differently. But these are the polyethylene bags. Now, like I said, these are extra clear. They're not crystal clear because they are nowhere near as clear as the polypropylene, but these are 3 millimeter thick. You're getting double the amount of thickness than the polypropylene bags. Now, let me go ahead and read the little description that Bags Unlimited has for these bags. Polyethylene is a soft, clear material that has some give to it. It has excellent contact clarity. Our polyethylene is made of 100% pure virgin material and has use for long-term storage. Now, I'm gonna show you guys the difference between the polyethylene, which is this one right here. Obviously, it's not as clear as the polypropylene bags, because this right here is the polypropylene, polyethylene, ethylene, propylene. It's just a complete difference. It's absolutely crazy. And listen to this, compared to this. It doesn't have that crisp sound to it, and it's definitely a much softer material, which is crazy. You would think if it were thicker, it'd be like a lot firmer or whatnot, but it has an actual soft feel to it, which is, I never felt a bag like this before. Most bags, like I said, that you see at cons and everywhere else is this polypropylene stuff. But this polyethylene stuff is really freaking nice. It feels good in the hands, but as you can tell, it's not as clear. So if you're trying to showcase your books or something, it's not gonna look as clear. But like I said before, this does have UV protection against the sun, where this really does not. So you're getting something a little bit more with these bags, which is protection. And if you're trying to protect your books long term, this might be the type of material that you want to be putting a lot of your books in. Now, this does have a higher price tag. The polypropylene bags were $10.95 or $7.49 if you went with BCW. But these ones right here from Bags Unlimited are $17.78 per pack. So it's almost a full $7 more than the polypropylene. So are these bags worth it for a whole $7 more? I honestly don't know. I really like these polypropylene bags. Like I said, they almost have a Mylar feel to it. It's not 100% like a Mylar, because Mylar is a lot more thick than this, but it's just the sound is almost like a Mylar. The clarity is a lot like a Mylar. The way it folds over at the top is a lot like a Mylar. But these bags, I don't know. The softness, it feels like you are putting your comic book kind of like into this soft protective material. It doesn't look terrible, and if you are storing some like, not your highest grade comic books, or not grade, highest value comic books, this might be a pretty good material, especially if they are good comic books that are like maybe your mid-tier value. these are probably the bags you want to put them in. Like I said, I'll be showing B-roll of the different clarities up close. I'll also have some shots of the polyethylene next to the polypropylene, next to the BCW, so that way you can see all three, because I have 3 of one cover, so that way you can see the differences between all 3 of them. And yeah, polyethylene, it seems like a great material. The only thing I don't love is this the clarity difference, but if you know that you are getting a better bag overall, it might be worth it for you, maybe not for me, but for you, for storing some of your more maybe mid-tier value comics. All right, guys, those were the 2 bags that they sent over. All we have left are the boards that they sent over, and they actually are a little different than your normal typical backing board. Now, there's not too much to talk about the backing boards, but there are some differences from your BCW backing board. So let's go ahead and talk about those. So this is your backing board from bagsunlimited.com. It definitely has a slightly different feel, but it is also 0.004 thicker than your typical BCW backing board. So you're getting a slightly thicker product. You're getting a slightly shorter product. This is 10 inches and 3/8 inch tall, where you one from BCW is 10 inches and a half tall. So you are getting a slightly taller board. You can see the difference right here when I line them up. So it's very, very subtle, but there is a difference. But the most interesting thing to me, I'll probably have to cut to some B-roll to show you the difference, is that your board from DCW is normally like, you know, it's fully white, it's very soft, they have a coated side and non-coated side, and it's just very smooth on the coated side. But the one that I received from Bags Unlimited, both sides are exact same. There's not one coated and one not, and it definitely has a texture to it. And that texture is probably not the worst thing. I can't see this rubbing or causing any extra rub to happen, but it's just different and it's interesting to me. I don't hate it, I don't like it. It's just like neutral, it's a neutral feeling. And you can just see that's like this is a slightly brighter white because this does have that texture. And yeah, that's really the biggest difference between the 2 boards. This one's slightly smaller, has a texture to it. This one has a coated side to it and is smoother. And that's really the only difference. I can show you what these look like in the same polypropylene bag. This one right here is your one from Bags Unlimited, and this is your one from BCW. Can you really tell the difference on camera? Probably not, maybe, I don't know. I won't know until I edit it because I can't tell in the little viewfinder that I have. But yeah, those are the boards. I got a lot of them. I think I got 200 from Rachel. Rachel, thank you so much again, by the way. So amazing. And yeah, they're just boards. I don't really have a horse in the game or whatever in the race for the differences. I kind of like that it's slightly shorter and it helps the bag fold over a little better. But other than that, it's a board. It does its job. All right, guys. Those are the bags and boards that I received from bagsunlimited.com. Let's go ahead and cut to the end of the video where I'm gonna give you my final thoughts on these bags, and we're gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. All right, guys, we are at the end of the video. It's time for me to give you my final thoughts on the polypropylene and the polyethylene bags that I received from bagsunlimited.com. And I gotta tell you, never having held a polyethylene bag, it's a really nice material. It's super soft, and just the fact that it's soft makes me feel like it's gonna like hold my comic really well and just like snugly, and it's not gonna have any kind of abrasive side to it, even though the polypropylene's not either, but it's just the polyethylene is so supple. But that polypropylene, the 1.5 millimeter thick stuff, the crispness of the bag is super nice. The way it folds over at the top and the bottom is so nice. Your books look so nice and it's like crystal clear. It really is. I love that it's resealable. It's only a little bit more expensive than the BCW bag, and I think you are getting a better product. It's more clear, it's crisper, it just feels fresh. And that's really nice when you put in your bag and something like that, it almost feels like a Mylar, but not a Mylar. I don't know, it's pretty fantastic. I really liked both of these bags. Now I hope to get my hands on some more polyethylene bags and I can compare those, these ones right here that I got from Bags Unlimited to those. But so far right now all I have is Polypro, and I do have some Mylars down there as well from another company. And I also got some really cool backing boards to show you guys in a future video. But yeah, everything that I got from bagsunlimited.com is fantastic. They're also a company that's in the United States of America, which is really great. They're right up in Rochester, New York, which is actually pretty far up for me. I'm down in Long Island, probably be like an 8-hour drive or something up there. But knowing that they're only coming from New York down to me is fantastic. And just being, you know, a company that's in our country is also fantastic. Unless you're living out of the country, they're still a great company. But yeah, good products, and like I said, they have something for any collectible you have out there, it feels like. I went through so many VHS, DVDs, records, everything. They have something for everyone. Shipping, but also displaying, protecting. It's a great company that I can tell so far. All right, guys, those are my final thoughts from the stuff that I received from Rachel from bagsunlimited.com. Again, link down in the description below if you want to check out this stuff. It really is fantastic. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. I'll be back probably next month. So this is gonna come out in April. In May, I'll probably have the next one. I'm gonna try to get it more towards the end of April, but most likely probably the first week in May, I will have the next bags review. All right, guys, have yourself a great day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.